This has been an incredible day so far. I've been watching it backstage, and I'd just like to say thank you to everyone who inspires me to do what I love to do every day. Okay, here comes the speech. Hi, I'm Rita Ora, and I was born in Kosovo. And when I was 1 year old, I had to flee the country with my parents and my sister. We sought refuge in the UK. The word refugee carries a lot of prejudice, and not everyone is comfortable having refugees settle into their environment. Some people make negative judgments on new immigrants, and others simply turn a blind eye. Over the next 5 years, the UK is receiving 20,000 refugees who have been displaced from Syria. This is an opportunity, yes. This is an opportunity for all of us to reach out and embrace families, peoples in a time of need, and to our, sorry, it's just such a sensitive subject. And to diversify our communities. So many positives are coming out of this situation, but two of the issues my family faced when we first arrived are ever present: racism and indifference. Islamophobia is on the rise, and some people are making negative judgments on new immigrants and British citizens based on their skin color, clothing, and more. And many people also feel indifferent to what's happening, as though the crisis in Syria and the people affected have no connection to all of us. These attitudes need to change, and they do. And we can approach this crisis with compassion and care. If we take action, we can help everyone thrive. Up next, joined by Bluey, who's been doing an incredible job, are two young people who are doing just that. Please, can Wembley help me make some noise? For Tamana Mia is a young woman speaking up against Islamophobia and racist and bullying. And Armin OJ is taking action by providing refugees with education. Please welcome them to the stage. Come on, Wembley. Thank you.
Woo. All right, Amin and Tamana, welcome, welcome. All right, now, in the wake of the Syrian refugee crisis, stories of Islamophobia and racist bullying are becoming more prevalent in our communities. Tamana, can you tell us a bit about your experience with Islamophobia and racist bullying?
First of all, I want to say hello, Wembley! So, I suffered racist bullying from primary school onwards. I was the only Asian, non-white child in my school and area. I experienced name-calling, I would be chased, I've had things thrown at me, people wouldn't take me seriously and told me I was being silly. From sixth form onto university, the racism moved from skin colour to culture, with more of a focus on religion and Islamophobia, and that developed into depression and anxiety. My academic performance deteriorated, my relationships suffered, and because of this, I lacked confidence and self-esteem. I didn't want to be alive anymore. I believe no child is born racist, and it's often learnt. And as Islamophobia comes to the forefront during this crisis, we all must realise that our words hurt just as much as actions. But if we focus on welcoming others, using our words and actions to change harmful attitudes, that can make a massive difference.
Make some noise. Simple as that. Now, I mean, you grew up in London, but your family are from Syria. So can you tell us about your personal connection to the war and why you wanted to take action?
When the war started, my grandparents were forced to leave Syria. These are people in their 80s having to leave the country where they have lived their whole entire life. I remember my mother frantically calling them every night, asking if they're okay. I could only imagine what it was like for the millions of families to be snatched from their everyday lives and displaced into refugee camps. I felt powerless, but I wasn't willing to stand by and watch a country I had visited so often in my childhood fall apart. Most efforts focus on providing food and shelter, but being a teenager, I think often about Syrians who are my own age and younger, who haven't been to school for over 4 years now, and it pains me to see the potential for a lost generation. Having realized that there was little initiative towards reintroducing education to Syrians, I seize an opportunity to truly make a difference.
Make some noise. Beautiful. Now, Tamana, how does speaking out help, and what else can we do to foster a more positive and inclusive environment for new refugees?
So, speaking out, sharing your experiences, and campaigning for change inspires and motivates others to share their stories. Go out there and take action in their own communities to stand up for what they really believe in and for those vulnerable, because we all belong to the same human race. And we need to look out for one another and emphasize we must work together to break down those racial and religious barriers within local communities, to increase community cohesion and welcome everyone with open arms.
Beautiful. And I mean, why is it important for everyone, even those without a personal connection to the war, to be proactive?
The Syrian crisis today is one of the worst humanitarian crises since the Second World War. This is a country where 97% of all primary-aged children attended school. Today, that number is around 30%. We should not be bystanders. We cannot be another generation that allows another major genocide to develop or another country to fall apart. We are here today because we share a sense of compassion and responsibility towards each other. Let's together raise awareness and be proactive against oppression and injustice. Let's create opportunity for those who have none, education for all who seek it. But most importantly, let's create a world that embraces peace, because only together can we truly make a difference.
Make some noise. That's true. Only together we can make a difference. It's as simple as that. Much love. Please make some noise. Thank you both for your time. Amin and Tamana.